Imagine trying to speedrun life, just like people do with video games. You know, skipping dialogue, dodging side quests, rushing straight to the final boss, all of that just to finish as fast as possible. You might think that sounds stupid, and yet so many of us try to live that way. We chase instant results, products, and experiences. We want everything, now. No waiting, just the reward, in an instant. I used to be like that too. When I first started running, I was obsessed with becoming the fastest runner in my school, and I wanted it to happen overnight. Now, don't get me wrong, pushing yourself to achieve your goals is great, but instant progression misses the entire point of achieving the goal in the first place. Weirdly enough, it was Pokémon that first taught me the truth about progress. For me, growing up, Pokémon wasn't just a game. It was about becoming great. I wanted to be the greatest trainer there ever was. The very best. So a 5-year-old me wiped my sister's game file and set out on a quest with my Piplup, determined to defeat Cynthia, become the Sinnoh champion, and catch them all. Now, it took me almost 150 hours over 8 years to finish Pokemon Diamond. You might be wondering, how the heck did it take me so many years? Well, it's because for me, growing up I could only game during the holidays, with strict time limits, which felt super annoying at the time, for sure. But I'm actually really glad it happened, because it meant I had to wait. I had to wait for the holidays to return to the world of Pokemon and continue my journey. Now, completing the game in almost 150 hours is pretty ridiculous, considering most people finish the game in about 40 hours. Especially so when you consider that I actually had the guidebook too. It literally had step-by-step instructions on exactly how to beat the game. So why did it take me so long? Well, sure. Part of it was my tiny childhood brain getting stuck on the gym puzzles, but that wasn't the real reason. I desperately wanted to beat Cynthia, but deep down I knew that moment would come when I was truly ready. Until then, I was happy wandering through every route, battling every trainer, catching every Pokemon, finding every item, doing everything I could to become strong enough for when that day finally came. Currently, we live in a world addicted to speed, but I believe there is no rush. Sure, you shouldn't sit around and do nothing, but the thing about modern life is that everyone wants something, and they want it now, in an instant. In a world like this, I think it's important to be patient. The things you want to do and achieve will come one day. Just keep working towards them with a smile on your face. Because waiting all that time to achieve my goal of beating Cynthia made it all the more worthwhile. Now, I could have just stolen my DS from my parents, hid myself in my room, and finished the game in a week. But it wouldn't be nearly as impactful as slowly playing it year by year. People forget it's the journey that gets you there that matters. It's not the achievements that matters, but the skills you've learned and the person you've become that truly counts. Like, I didn't actually care about beating Cynthia. I was just using her as a metric for my own self-growth. What I really wanted was to become better at Pokemon, and make my team stronger. See, that's the funny thing. I don't even remember beating Cynthia. All I remember is trying attempt after attempt after attempt. Cynthia is notoriously one of the hardest fights in all of Pokemon, so I think it took me at least 20 attempts to beat her and the Elite Four. I may not remember that final moment of glory when I defeated her Garchomp, but I do remember the hours of leveling up my team in preparation. The anticipation every gaming session, knowing I'd get one more shot at her. And that's the point. The final battle might be the destination, but it's not the part that stays with you the most. The part that stays with you is everything it took to get there, all the slow, stubborn progress, all the time you spent trying again and again until eventually, without even realizing it, you were strong enough. Because beating Cynthia was never really the goal. The goal was to become the kind of trainer who could beat Cynthia. Just like in life, it's not about hitting your goals. It's about becoming the kind of person who can. So even if my dream of becoming the fastest runner at school came true overnight, it wouldn't have lasted. I wouldn't have developed the skills, discipline, or habits needed to stay at the top. Without that foundation, my speed would have slowly dropped back down, until I was right back where I started. So instead of obsessing over your desires and end goals, focus on the input, the actual work that gets you there, the journey. I want you to do something. Just trust me, it'll literally take 1 minute. All you've got to do is this. Write down one goal you have. It can be anything. a job, a hobby, a fitness goal, whatever. Next to that goal, write the kind of person you'll become by working towards it. For example, for me it was, I want to beat Cynthia, because I want to become someone who keeps going even when I lose 20 times in a row. Or, I want to become the fastest runner in my school, because I want to become someone who trains with discipline every single day, not just someone who gets lucky once. And then regularly look back at the goal and remind yourself why it is you're working towards it. Because remember, it's not about the goal, it's about who you're becoming along the way. Keep your sword sharp. Bye bye.